One, two, three, four.
And welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with a Brother. I'm gonna have my man mute.
Out of the gates, folks. My buffering eludes me.
Should we just start again or no?
No, we're good. We got your intro, so all I did was make a noise. It wasn't.
All right.
It wasn't an important noise. If I make an important noise, I'll let you know. We'll have a little brief hold. Everyone listening will be like, "Oh, what happened to Zach?" I'll be like, "Oh, we made a noise, and it was important, and we wanted you to hear it."
Yeah, for whatever reason, Zach's Wi-Fi is doo-doo right now, so
2 rooms
please
away
bear
from
with
my
us.
router, apparently. It's Spectrum's fault. If we maybe next episode we'll go on a rant about how trash Spectrum is at their Wi-Fi services. But for the meantime, I have no ill will. Just get better Wi-Fi. That's all I have to say. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, listen, man. I mean, like, service out on the island, kind of tough. We're in the middle of the ocean. You know, I understand the struggles. I think ours it's not Spectrum, it's National Grid.
Yeah, I don't even know them. See, and they're probably
That's
decently bad.
I don't know who sponsors them, or like what company sponsors them for like reception and all that stuff. Unless that's just like electricity, I don't know. Either way, that's the only trucks.
Verizon.
I'm trying to think if I've seen any like Verizon trucks out here. I mean, it's very possible. I truly don't know. Like provider wise,
I was making a Walmart joke. Like Walmart has that very basic brand where you could, buy affordable things, utensils, napkins.
Oh yeah, no, I got your joke, dude. I got your joke.
Word.
I was just like, like at that point, it got me thinking, like, has there any, been any like Verizon trucks out here or anything like that? But
yeah, no.
besides our little sidebar, back to the pod. Welcome everyone. We're back, and
good to see you again.
I don't know, not better than ever. I'm definitely tired, but we have a wonderful topic for you all today, and it is something that we are extremely passionate about for about maybe like a month or two of the year, like every year.
What is it?
And for those who know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You get into the mood, you play it for like I said, a month, 2 months, and then it's like, all right, I'm done. And then next year happens, you're like, I'm back. Or if you're wild like that, it's like 2 or 3 years, and then you're like, wow. And then you play it nonstop at that point for like the next 2-3 months, and then you're like, all right, I'm good. It's Minecraft.
Dun 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 dun.
Minecraft.
Oh, that was pretty epic. Maybe I'll give that one a go. Minecraft.
That was pretty epic. You're not lying.
Epic. Just as epic as the game, mind you. Ian made a very, very close hitting, like right hitting home point about the existence of playing every 8 years. You'll play for 3 days, 8 years will pass, and then you'll be like, wow, I'm feeling Minecraft. It's one of those game mixes where it's never really changed. No.
You're good. Keep going.
It's never really changed as far as what you're doing. Of course, they add updates of boundless amounts of things that just seem to continually escape me every time I hop into it. But the basics of it always exist the same. The crafting, the mining, building a home, basically dying by some erroneous death. Usually it's just all those things like smashed together into like the very base level of the game. So the funness of it comes from, well, I mean, I've played alone and had own fun, and listening to the music is very soothing, almost meditation calming. But playing with friends seems to be a lot better because you could just kind of share in the misery of like having an awful death in a lava pool or something like that, or you can have just as much fun building a mansion together just to have it blown to shreds by one of the monsters in the game called a creeper. So the excitement never sees any bounds, and I think that's like kind of what Ian is getting at here, where it's like you'll have that cool 2 month time span where you're like, yes, this game is amazing, and then you get a little bored of it. Things like kind of start feeling repetitive. You die one too many times to feel like relaxed while you're playing the game anymore. So it's just like, all right, I'm gonna step away, and then that step turns into a month, which turns into half a year, which turns into almost a decade, and then it's like, whoa, we're back, no way. But it's just a cycle. I think that's really true. And if it doesn't exist for other people that have played Minecraft, then you're lying.
I mean, my buddy Teo put it the best. It's a timeless classic. We were just chatting about it,
Mm.
having dinner, and he's even playing with one of his buddies right now, if you could believe that. We just started it up ourselves again. I think it's been like 2 years for me since I like really got on like a Minecraft like I want to play type binge.
Yeah.
And like usually who I played with was either you or Lewis. Um, Lewis and I would get back from like break um, during college. We'd get back to the house up in Fredonia, and we would just be like, okay, we're gonna put our TVs in the living room, and we're gonna play Minecraft for the next straight 24 hours. Because like usually we'd get up like a day or two early, just so we had like a day to chill out and come back into like the schedule of being not at home.
Yep.
So it's like we just set up our TVs in the living room, played, for like a solid 24 hours. We're like, okay, we need to go to bed. We go to bed, we wake up the next day, and we've lost all will to want to play again. Um, and sometimes it strikes like that, because for like we don't play on our PCs. Like we don't play on PC or anything like that. We play through console. So with that, there's restrictions on like what we can actually add to the game. Um, so a lot of it is just the same. Like of course now they've like actually updated it and everything. They've added new things and like it's cool and it's fun. Especially when you haven't experienced those things before. But like at least with PC, you can kind of add in like mods um, that kind of change the game and the aspect of it. So like regular Minecraft is relatively normal. There's nothing insane to it, other than like a few things here or there that are pretty much rare. Whereas like if you added mods, you can have a tornado coming through your village and taking up everything,
Well,
or a
PlayStation
like
and Xbox have modification packs that you could buy. And in this case, mods are modifications for those of you listening who don't play Minecraft or know what we're talking about. It's one of those things where PlayStation allows some of it, but it's not the extent that PC has. Just to throw a sidebar, because I was looking at it the other day, trying to figure out what it was that you could buy into or unlock as far as mod use, and that's what it looks like. It's limited, but you have mods that you can bring into the console style gaming.
yeah. I mean like there's definitely a few things that they've added. But yeah, I would definitely agree that a lot of it is sort of restricted on what they're able to add in. Um, And I think that's more or less because of the processing power of a console and compared to a PC where you can really modify like what you're
Oh yeah.
what you're running at and all that. It's usually through FPS, like what everything is capable of like running at. Um, Minecraft is not a high resolution type of game, but it can be if you add what these things called like shaders. Um,
Oh, the
which
texture packs.
yeah, well, texture packs are for us. You can get texture packs on PC as well. But yeah, essentially shaders are just like texture packs on drugs. Like it's hyper realistic. You can have like actual like flowing grass like in the wind.
Oh yes, yes, I remember seeing videos on that. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Tr-
about.
Trees look more real. The water is like crystal clear. And it actually has like the white foam like when you're out in like the sea or something like that.
That's cool.
Um, and that's just like small little things. You have like leaves falling. There's like a mod that you can actually do where it like chops down the entire tree and it falls instead of just breaking a block. Um, like there's a lot of cool things you can add. And I wish like that was the case with this, but even though it isn't, the point we're getting at is that it's always lovely to come back with your friends and play some Minecraft for like a month or two, have an amazing time. Like currently I just started with this fool and another buddy of ours, Vinny, who's been on the podcast, the Scaper of the Land, if you want to,
Shout out.
consider him that. Shout out the Scaper of the Land. Um, he, the three of us ended up getting back on. Zach pulled me on because Zach and Vinny had just started playing, and we're in the process of building our trap house
That's right.
in the world. And truthfully, it's pretty awesome. We got a whole like underground cave system connecting our house, and then we're just going from there. Vinny's got a farm he's building. I got a tree farm. We're making moves in this world, dude.
I was gonna say the minor backstory of us getting into Minecraft was our current gaming saga has led us down a Call of Duty rabbit hole. Black Ops 6 came out late last year. Now is now early 2025, and we're still playing it. But we got to the point where, don't get us wrong, love Call of Duty. Have been playing Black Ops and the other Modern Warfares for a long time. But we got to a point where it was like we're waiting for new stuff to come out as far as new material and new gameplay. So right now, Vinny brought it up that he's feeling a little bored. And I was like, well, that's chill. Like, learn how to play Rocket League then, and we could play a different game. And he's
Yeah.
like, psych, no way. And I'm like, okay, well, what about building in Fort? Oh, wait, you don't do that either. So through a series of roasts, I got him to look at the game that he also used to play Minecraft back in the day. And I brought that up without knowing. And he made it a point to say that he knows like what's good with Minecraft. Used to play it a bunch, but coming into it now, a lot of stuff has changed as far as like updates, what you can do with like certain materials, and like what exactly can be done as far as like with him and farming and everything. But again, basics still prevail, and him coming back to it, it was more of a feeling of nostalgia. I mean, it always is for me because when I first started, it was super basic. I didn't really know about all the stuff you could do on PC with other types of game modes and modifications. And now, as far as console has come, it's still nice to be able to do all the basics. So, me throwing up the situation that we had as far as being bored of Call of Duty led us into getting back into Minecraft. So, thankfully, Ian was along for the wave, thank goodness, because as I was stating earlier, it's so much better to play with other people, especially when, again, you have to go through the hardships of, for example, when you die in the game, you lose all of the materials you have with you. Everything you have, your armor, your inventory, any tools that you have to go mining and stuff like that. You it disperses. It disperses in a giant cloud of anger, and you're basically left to go and search for it and pray that you can pick it all up. The caveat is that if you don't get back to it in time, your inventory disappears. Like it disappears into thin air, literally. And the best part about that is when you go back, you are so frustrated that you leave most of the time. Me specifically, Ian, not the case most of the time. Will leave without anything in my inventory. I'll just run back, bare naked, nothing, no armor, no inventory, just a completely baseless person running back to my
The shell of a
belongings,
man.
thinking that I can get back everything without having to worry about the monsters in the game, without having to worry about taking a tumble down a hill and losing half my health, or even getting there without having enough food to survive the journey. And majority of the time, I die another 8 times on top of that trying to get my things back. So you can kind of see where I'm going with the frustration that comes with playing the game. So we'll talk about our little experiences here, but just wanted to give the idea of you start going in with really positive attitude in mind, just being like, yeah, I'm gonna collect some stuff. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go there, and they have like different worlds you can travel to in the game. We're gonna get this objective done today. We're gonna build a beautiful house, and the next thing you know, it just you can never really tell like what's gonna happen. You kind of go in with like positive mindset, and you leave the night with anger and frustration, wondering how you found exactly, 0 diamond or why there was 8 creepers blowing up your small house that led into a huge catastrophic lava explosion into your home that burnt down your entire village. Just, again, lovely examples of things that are soon to come with these pending stories. But to the point is, bringing Vinny back on is cool too, because I haven't played Minecraft with him before, so getting to like relive stuff that he's gone through in the past is a different experience. And also trying to like put him on the stuff that I know. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember how to do that, and like almost relearning the game a little bit, like here and there.
There's so much anger in Minecraft. It's like you think it's such a peaceful game, and it is. It usually is. Like there's some really nice stuff in there. You can build some cool things. Like if you really know how to build, like you can build pretty much anything in that game. And it's just like I like build my quaint little cabins or something like that. And sometimes I try to go big, but most times I end up with like a lake house or like an ocean house or something like that, or a tree house for that matter.
House, yep.
Yeah. And it's a vibe. I enjoy it. But then starts in the pain and suffering of just working on stuff during the nighttime because you're impatient and you don't want to fall asleep just yet, or like, go to bed and like have it turn to day again. She's like, why not just keep working through the night? Why not just constantly work through it? I had so much more time. I don't have to worry about it like going back to day. It makes no sense. Truthfully, you can lay down in your bed in game and then boom, it's daytime. Like it takes no time at all.
Right.
But who has time for that? No one. Who has time for sleep? No one. So, you could be building your house and sure there might be like, frames for your window completely open and it's only one block to jump in. And before you know it, you're chilling at your furnace cooking up some food and you hear 13 zombies crawling through your window, And that happened. That happened last night to me. There was at least like 3-4 zombies that crawled in. One of them had like full gold armor. And I was a poor weaponless man at the time. I was just starting out. I just joined the world with them. And I had nothing. All I could do was just slap them with my hand.
My bare fists.
And that's not even the worst part. So in Minecraft, you have mobs, basically like enemies that will like spawn in at night. And once the sun comes up, all of them will basically like light on fire, and they can't survive in the sun. So that's usually that's zombies, skeletons. Spiders are around during the day, but at night they turn aggressive against you, so they'll attack you. And then there's these lovely things called creepers. Now, Zach said, before,
Love 'em.
Absolutely hate them. Absolutely hate them.
Love them.
The bane of my existence in Minecraft. And they're literally these like things. It was like, I think the story behind them was like, it was supposed to be like a pig, but something within like the 3D design like altered, and it turned into this amalgamation, which is that of a creeper. And so it went from a pig to like the creeper, and then they just kept the creeper and made it explode. So everyone
and real
kind
quick,
of
to paint a picture for people listening out there, as a creeper, it basically is the equivalent of a stick figure in the game, and all they did was color it like green, different shades of green. That's pretty much all this thing is. And
and black, I think too, a little bit of
part
black.
about it that sucks is that this very simple stick figure that's 3 different shades of green explodes when they're near you, and usually killing you. Other times blowing up things that you wished hadn't blown up, but continue.
Yeah. So, and they lead up. They don't really make a noise at all, and that's the whole point. Like they'll sneak up on you and blow up next to you before you realize it. But they always make like a hissing sound. It's kind of like the fuse, like of a bomb going off.
A firework, yeah.
Yeah. And they'll make that right before they're about to explode. And most times once you hear it, it's already too late because they're either behind you or out the corner of your eye. Yeah, like it's already too late at that point.
Yeah.
And last night, it happened to me 8 times. 8 times in one night.
I'm
There was
glad you
8 creepers.
I was wondering what it was.
8 times, dude. 8 times my one area was blown up. And I kept refilling it, fixing it, and then I'm like, all right, now I'm good. I can go back to work. Nope. So, I mean, truthfully, once you have like armor and stuff, because you can do like there's leather armor, gold armor, iron armor, diamond armor, and netherite armor. So those are like all the rankings. That's like from worst to best that I just listed them out in. So like if you have like a full set of like armor in general, you're usually fine to like a creeper blast. But sometimes they'll catch you off guard. Or in the worst case possible, they will be a supercharged creeper. And now a supercharged creeper only appears after a storm in game because a creeper will get struck by lightning and will be supercharged.
Don't tell
And
me
he'll
that. Don't tell
I'm
me
being
that. Why are
I'm
you
being
telling me
100% serious. You
Don't
can
tell me that.
ask Lewis about this. We've encountered them before and they're terrifying. They'll start like glowing blue. And if you see one, you're essentially screwed. Because either you just have to hightail it out of there or you just have to face the fact that you're going to be blown up and like easily you could have a full set of like iron armor or diamond armor and not withstand the blast.
See, this is the stuff like relearning the game that I get told about via you, or I'll like Google something and find out. And it's just like, why does, first of all, why does that exist? Second of all, I feel more, not only angry about it, that they exist and could completely ruin my gaming experience, but now also knowing about it, knows that I have to look out for them as well, where it's just like, I'm already cautious about what I'm doing when I'm, and of course, we're talking about Minecraft, so you are usually exploring mines or crafting. So just as the name implores, you're going down, for example, in a mine, and mobs will spawn at night. So as you can imagine, if you're in a mine and it's dark, the mobs will be there because basically it is always nighttime in these mines. So in this case, you can imagine the frustration that ensues when you go exploring for things in caves and things like that, because these monsters readily exist when there's no light source around. And also they, like Ian said, have spawners. These mobs exist within the realms of those monsters, the skeletons, the creepers, the zombies. What am I missing? The witches, Endermen, stuff like that.
Which
They all
is
have
Enderman,
these
yep.
little spawners that exist within the game, and they populate from them. There's not like a whole reproduction system with these monsters. They just exist because something in the game is producing them. And in this case, it's called a spawner. So anyway, from this, you could just imagine all of these things that exist. And we're just simply talking about one monster, and it's a creeper. And he is a pain in the butt 100% of the way. Never is there a time where I'm actively searching out a creeper to have a good time. There's never a moment where I'm like, you know what? Let's go befriend a creeper. Never have I ever thought about this monster being something that I ever wanted to see in any case of anywhere I've been in the game. Never.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to worry too much about supercharged creepers. They're pretty damn rare. It's extremely rare to like encounter one. I've encountered them
Horrifying.
three times now. 3 times I've encountered a supercharged creeper. And that's my entire time of playing Minecraft.
Well, that's pretty good. All right, I like that percentage then. That's very low, very low
Extremely low.
possibility of running into it.
I mean, that creeper has to get struck by lightning. Think about that.
Yeah. Stats say
And
I
then-
probably won't see one.
And then more than likely, you're not even in the area that it happened if it was able to be like produced in that manner. You know what I mean? So like,
Now that we're talking about it, we've already jinxed ourselves. So
yeah, I
realistically,
know.
we're gonna have to mount up. So
Well, hopefully it hits Vinny and not us. So blows up his entire farm or something. Dude, the surface area that it covers is much larger. Like you think a regular creeper is relatively bad. I would say triple that size.
So like a TNT explosion.
A little bit bigger.
Holy cow. Dude, our
Yeah.
entire house would be decimated.
Yeah, I'd say a good like, I don't know, I don't even know. Like, yeah, I'd probably say about half, maybe a little under half of your house would be completely decimated.
Yeah, that's a
depending
scary
on
thought.
yeah,
It's a very
depending on where it
scary.
exploded. So like it's not great. It's not like outrageous, but it's definitely enough to be like just sitting there kind of just going like just the rage inducing. But
Yeah, take a deep breath in
just a
and
heavy
out.
sigh. Just a heavy sigh and it's like, all right, I'm done.
Usually, it's those events that turn me away from my Minecraft stint. I know the last time we played, Ian and I were doing some super duper cave exploration, I guess you could call it. Um, and in the Minecraft saga, they started at the very base scale of just having normal mines and caves branching into each other and stuff like that. And eventually, an update came out where they started including caverns and ravines where things just got ridiculously huge, almost hard to explore the whole thing without getting lost at least a dozen times. And then on top of that, you have to, of course, like I said, worry about monsters. So in this case, our last stint, if I can remember correctly, the only reason I stopped was because I made the mistake of continuing to explore said mine in some type of very deep ravine. Somehow encountered lava that wasn't expected. Burned to death, died, lost my stuff. Went to go back and get it in my first trial. Uh, was just under the pin hair of the threshold of me stopping because I was too angry. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna go get it. And then upon going to get it, died again. So then I think that's when I was like, all right, I'm chilling. And then got busy with other things. Probably didn't play video games for like a week or whatever. And then tried to get back, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in. And then loaded in the game, and then just decided to turn it off. It was one of those things where it can turn you on so fast, but then it can turn you off just as quickly.
There's got to be like something about it. I mean, like that's why I said it's like so rage inducing because like you put all this time and effort into collecting all your materials, and the problem that Zach and I have when we play by ourselves, or I should say with each other on Minecraft, um, we get into this thing where it's like, dude, let's just go explore and like we'll build our house later, and
Oh yeah, that's true.
like we'll run for miles, and then on top of that, like once we like finish exploring and everything, we'll be looking for a spot to like settle down. We'll be like, nah, we can find something better than this, and we keep going and we keep going and we keep going, and then when we do die, we have like no respawn point. We have to hike 15 miles like in some direction that we hope to God is the right direction. And then by that point, it's like, well, I don't want to play this anymore, dude. We just spent like 3 hours getting all that stuff, died, and then now we're back at the start.
Now I will say that the premature journey is probably what usually is our downfall to not wanting to play again. I think the only reason that this current world that we created with Vinny is so successful is I knew coming in Vinny had been off of it for a long time because he said so. And in my head, we found a village almost immediately, like within the respawn point. Or sorry, I should say within the spawn point. For those listening, you get dropped into a random spot on the map, and you kind of just are left with an orientation from there with a map and nothing else in your inventory. I spawn in with a bonus chest all the time because I like what they give you, and it's nice to have like one tool and some wood to base your initial crafting off of. Other people, I'm sure, will say otherwise. Oh, just you gotta go in and raw dog your entry point. I love the bonus chest. Let me be.
You got a raw dog life, dude. Come on. Like, how you gonna cheat like that? You get
Regardless,
handouts like that in life, dude? No.
regardless. Again, thinking about Vinny coming back after a very long hiatus, we were like, all right, no problem. Jump in, bonus chest, boom, 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 and then find the village within less than
Point
3
two
minutes of just
seconds.
wandering. And then we were like, hey, let's just make it easy, steal these villagers' homes, and call it a day. And well, that's how it sparked. So we made it easy on ourselves for finding our initial, our initial village building point, and we went from there. Now we've taken over an entire village. We've kicked about 6 people out of their homes. Sorry, villagers. Sorry, not sorry. And here we are today, building the trap house.
Trap house vibes.
The trap house.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Is that a villager noise?
No, I was just going off the trap
Oh.
house vibes.
Huh.
Ha, ha,
Hey.
ha.
Huh. 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 For everyone listening, they're gonna be like, "Wow, that was really good." I feel like I'm right back in Minecraft. You gotta play some of the music. Bing, bing.
All right, that's enough of that. I'm probably like absolutely blasting this mic right now.
Actually, it's pretty good. That sounded really good. The Minecraft noises,
Okay.
they were a little loud, but yeah, that one's loud. For everyone listening, we're so sorry. This is a warning, post warning for any
Yeah.
listeners.
Post warning. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We're just gonna give you a heads up right now.
We didn't think this was gonna happen, so we're warning you after the fact. So that way, after your eardrums are already burst, we are at least apologizing for our actions. Thanks for coming.
But yeah, Minecraft's been a vibe. Can't complain. I've been
No.
enjoying it. I'm back into that swing of things. I'm like
Back in the
addicted to it again. I was
I
just
will
telling.
say for the listeners out there, just a quick sidebar of last night. Ian was playing with us and he went to sleepy time, and me and Vinny trekked on. He wanted to finish his farm. I wanted to get some more coal because in the game you can't really do anything without a heat source, and in this case it's coal in the game. I know, very pre-modern. Anyway, point being, went to go cave exploring for said resources and iron and other various things because caves have everything. And me and Vinny went down together. I died, and then Vinny was able to pick up all of my stuff successfully. He didn't bring that much with him. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is awesome. And oftentimes that doesn't happen when you're exploring with someone. Usually, both persons' resources are maxed out, especially when you're trying to leave. And there's not really any way that if one person dies, that you can bring everyone else's stuff back with you. You kind of have to be strategic about it. So anyway, it worked out. He picked up all the stuff. And turns out that he got lost the first way of the track that we came in, couldn't find our exit point. And I'm like trying to coach him through like the exit point as I'm sprinting back to the cave. Mind you, I'm just super pissed at this point that I died because there was an onslaught of about a dozen mix of zombies, creepers, skeletons, and the skeletons they just grind my gears. Like forget the creepers, they're manageable. But when skeletons are when they're mobbing together, 4 or 5 of them just launching arrows at you. And for everyone listening, they're archers. The skeletons are archers, and they're assholes. But mind you, 4 or 5 of them just launching arrows at you. I go down, and I'm like, oh boy, that was the last thing we needed to do because I'm trying to like recruit Vinny's help in this situation. So anyway, I die. Thank you for listening. Vinny gets my stuff. Excellent. Coaching him through the exit. Can't find it for some reason. I get back. I'm in the entrance of the cave, getting down there. I'm like, just stay alive, go hide in a corner, everything's fine. As I'm getting to our little entry point to like our super path down to where he is, he dies. And I'm like, oh boy. So at this point, I'm not only pissed at myself, but now I'm pissed that Vinny died because I told him to protect himself and he couldn't. So at this point, I can't be mad at anyone but myself because I was the first one to die. So we go on this looping cycle of death, and I think we both died about 6 or 7 times apiece at this point. Mind you, we would get back to it every time and get our stuff, and then there would be some looming vile creature waiting for us. It would first time it was a creeper, second time it was a skeleton, another time there was 6 zombies that just really needed to say hello to us, and then after that it was like we got finally back to the point of the cave entrance, and we had to take a waterfall back up because, well, we decided that jumping down into it was the way, and a lot of fun. Love diving into water. You don't take damage if you hit it. So we're like, yeah, whatever. So anyway, exit is heading up the waterfall, and Vinny dies as he's jumping into the waterfall. I'm alive, and I'm like, oh, good. Just another thing to set us back one more step. So I go and tuck myself away in a very protective area, throw my stuff in the chest. I get his things because at this point, Vinny doesn't want to go back. He's just like, forget my stuff. I'm pissed. Mind you, this is like the 8th time that we've died. So I go down there and get it. I'm at half a heart coming back up the waterfall, and I'm just like, dude, you're never gonna believe it, but I made it. And Vinny is coming back. We're basically hugging in game because now we've died a collective total of 16 times. And the very exciting part was that we came out with all of our stuff, clear majority of it. I think we lost a couple torches, a few pieces of iron. We got all of our diamond back. Thank the gods. And the only thing that we really lost that was bad news bears was like part of our armor. But we trek on. And going to go back into it today because it's just one of those things. It's almost like a craving. It's like a nicotine addiction, but much healthier for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was talking with Zach right before we were recording, and I was like, dude, this is bad. Like, I want to play right now, but we have to record this podcast. And of course, it's we bounce between half hour and full hours every now and again, depending on the topic. And I was like, to myself, I'm thinking like, oh, 30 minutes today, not an hour. I want to play some Minecraft.
But we're doing it for the people. We're giving you 45 fresh minutes of content
We'll give you a
because
solid
really do love you,
45.
but we really do love Minecraft all the same. And
Yes.
for hopefully those of you listening out there that have played Minecraft, hit us up. Let us know if we talked about something that really, really hit you in the feels that you're triggered about. Or maybe not triggered and just feeling reminisce or nostalgic about. Especially for me, when I come back to Minecraft, it's the music. The music is, and it changes all the time. You could be building, in Vinny's case, a farm and listening to some super calming, very relaxing music. Or you could be in the depths of a cave and just some super melodramatic music comes on where you just feel motivated to keep going. And oftentimes that's when I die because I feel empowered to keep digging. And yeah, well, one thing leads to another. Ian sees me dying because 3 zombies came up on my back and they pushed me into a lava pit, and it's just another day in the life.
Dude, I was saying that last night. I said it's always the music that gets me. And I think it's just because it's so mellow. Um, like
It's
you
like
could just be
lo-fi
doing,
ish.
yeah. You could just be sitting, building something or just sitting in your house, and the music will just kick on. Or like you'll be walking around the forest, like collecting wood, and like I mean, I listened to the album like on Spotify. I don't know how many times, and I'm
Oh, they
trying to
have the
think.
mix. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude, they have the actual like Minecraft music playlist essentially, volume alpha, and it's written by, or I guess produced by, C418. This is literally the album cover. It's a Minecraft block, but
Oh,
if
speaking of Spotify, dude. Also for our listeners out there, I didn't mean to cut Ian off, but in thinking about the album and the music behind it, if you go and Google Minecraft, literally on Google, and I don't just mean that as a ism. In this case, I'll say go and look up Minecraft via Bing, Google, whatever. When you search in Minecraft and you go to click on the actual Minecraft link to like the game that Microsoft set up, a little arm will appear on the screen, like a little Steve is the main character, the original character. Of course, you can change and whatever. Steve, the main character that you play as, the black guy, has an arm on the screen, and you just can click on the screen and mine blocks on your browser. And as far as I know, it's only on mobile. I haven't tried it on PC or laptop or anything. But on mobile, if you Google Minecraft, it'll come up, and you could just block chop like with Steve's arm on your browser. It's very funny. It reminds me of like the little T-Rex jumping game when you would wait for things to load, or if you don't have internet or something like that. But
dude,
just another one of those interactive things that's like super cool. So
I'm doing it right now.
on your Mac?
Yeah,
Oh, no way. Okay, cool. So it is on a PC then, or in this case, a laptop. Moreover,
that's pretty cool actually. It's really loud right now though.
yeah, the chopping is yeah, the block chop.
It's actually pretty cool though. Like the only thing that popped up for me was like this Minecraft block.
For me, it was a
That
couple
was so
trees.
loud.
It was a couple trees and some dirt that I could mine through.
Dude, I like after I was like finished with it, there was an X that appeared on the bottom of the screen. So for my Mac, I typed in Minecraft, and then like at the bottom, like center of my screen, I'm on Safari, which can be any engine you want it to be, but it's usually based within Google. I went to the bottom. It was like this little like square, like green dirt block. You click on that, and then everything, like then the arm pops up, and then you can start like mining away at stuff. But when you hit X, like X out of that to get back to like the actual links, a creeper started emerging up, and it was so loud when it exploded, and that's why I just reacted the way I did.
That's awesome. That didn't happen to me on my phone. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I was gonna say one other thing. What was I gonna say? 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 I don't know.
There he was saying something.
I was gonna say something, but now I don't know what I'm. Oh yeah, I was gonna go back to the music. If there is anything that you guys should listen to off of that album, and most people know it because it's like one of the original songs that kind of just play. And I believe I just want to make sure I'm telling you guys the right one because I'm pretty sure it's the right one. Yeah, yeah. It's called Subwoofer Lullaby. And it's like one of my favorites. There's a bunch that I love in the album itself and like the soundtrack for Minecraft. But everyone knows Subwoofer Lullaby. That and like what is it? There's another one. Yeah. Mice on Venus. Those two. Subwoofer Lullaby and Mice on Venus.
My
Two
song, what?
songs. Mice, like little mice
Oh,
on Venus.
my son Venus. Word.
Yeah. Those are the two songs you need to listen to, even if you don't play Minecraft. They are just like, and listen to it when you're like either like sitting around the house doing nothing or like laying in bed. It is like the most calming music that you'll ever like hear. And it's just, I don't know. Those are my favorite two. Like just in general, there's a bunch that are really good on that album and the soundtrack itself. And then there's a bunch of like weird little like additives, like they have like disc 13 or something like that, which is like based in the game, like off of like a certain like record disc that you find within it.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
It might just be, what the hell is it? Oh, it's just called 13. I apologize. And it's like this, like you can make like a record player in game, and you find like records like strewn across the world. Like you can just pick them up out of a chest in like a mob spawner, like Zach was talking about earlier, or in like abandoned mine shafts and stuff like that. And so there's a disc called 13 that's like this tattered old like record, and it has like a crack and everything through it. And it's like just like spooky when you put it in the record player and you're listening to it. But I digress.
I was gonna say, but that the music is kind of a part of the experience of Minecraft, and I think that's not that what drew me in initially when I started playing, but for everyone that does, if they ever try it or if they have played it, something has drawn them to it or drawn them back if they played it before. And music was a big one for me, and I know for other people it could be the same. And I know the frustration has existed for me, but that's because I'm always trying to achieve something in the game. Usually that's not easily achievable, and I'm always challenging myself in Minecraft because the game can be just as simple as you make it. Like you can of course make it as challenging as you want it, but you can also just make it a very simple routine where you are simply just building a home, taking your time. You simply are just chopping down trees or maybe digging out a hole in the side of a hill or something like that. Even just building a boat and sailing across the ocean. And I know that sounds more difficult than it is, but building a boat in the game is just a few planks and some sticks. And as simple as hopping into it and then paddling your way through the ocean is one of those things where it's just, oh, I can explore more than just land. And of course, going by boat can take you to a whole new dimension. And I know Minecraft originally used to just be a specific set map where it was only so big. And now Minecraft has gotten to the point where it can just be endless and infinite. And you pretty much can supersede what exists in your original spawn point and just go, go, go. But of course, you can also just keep it to that little point that you came into and, well, really do whatever you want. I think that's the joy of Minecraft, where everyone's going to play it differently. And of course, there is a set end that you can get to and then continue on. But the whole purpose of playing it is definitely not with that in mind. They just give you a potential quest that you either take or don't take on. So
I think that was very well said, and I think I should leave with one more note so we can get to playing Minecraft ourselves.
very, very.
But no, I think one of the things that I've always like you always said, it was nostalgic, like returning to Minecraft, and it really is. And I think that's why a lot of us always return to the game. For those who haven't played, I highly suggest you should, because it is a very simplistic game, but it does have depth if you're willing to take it. And like Zach said, take it at any pace you want. You know, it's your game to play, and you could even play like I think it's called, like, I don't know, it's like either easy mode or like
Peaceful.
whatever it is, peaceful. Thank you. Where there's like no mobs at all, and you can just go in the world and survive normally, like, and have regular animals roaming, but no hostile mobs or anything. Point I'm getting at is anyone can play.
That does sound nice.
Well, I mean, it sounds nice, and then it's like, okay, now I'm just stacked and I got nothing to fight.
Yeah, that's true.
But the point I'm getting at is that there's always this thing that I always remember playing Minecraft when I was younger. And now I'm not too old, but I'm old enough to the point where I can remember back to, like, when I was like 13, 14, and even maybe a little younger. But like around 13, 14, I really started like playing with my friends, or had the ability to start playing with my friends online. And like I remember playing with like John Wilson, my man down wherever he is now. I miss him, but we would play constantly. Like, I still have a voicemail from him when he called me one day, and it was like, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was like, "Wake up, biatch, it's Minecraft time," or something like that. And like, it would be like a Saturday, and we'd play all day. But it's like, playing, I don't know, like there's always these clips and everything that you see where it's like, it's 10 a.m. on a Saturday. The birds are like chirping outside, and you hear the soft dull of the mourning doves cooing, and you're just sitting there, peace of mind, just playing Minecraft with your friends. Not a worry in the world when you're like 13, 14, and you're not worried about taxes and paying bills or anything like that.
Rent,
work. You just go to school. That's your job. And I don't know. That's my nostalgia hit, like, from Minecraft. Whenever I join back in, it's like I always like am taken back to when I played it so frequently. And I miss it. It's a game that has very fond memories that I just can't live without. And even if it means like, all right, I'm good for like 3 years, and then I come back 3 years later, hell yeah. That's the whole point of it. It's like, it's realistically, it's a young kids game. Like, anyone can play it. It's made for everyone. Its simplistic nature is made for kids, but its complex natures could be made, harder. I mean, even now we still struggle with it sometimes. We still get caught off guard by creepers and any mobs going on. And it's like, now, like, as an adult, like, you think more into what you're building. It's not just like, hey, I'm gonna build in this tree.
Yeah, right.
It's like, now I want to take over this village and make it my own. And that's exactly what we're doing now. And it's like, even further than that, there's people that build like entire like structures, like full-blown to scale structures. Like, I'm talking about skyscrapers, massive castles, the Taj Mahal. I've seen that. like
The
full
Colosseum.
scale. They have built it to scale. Yeah, the Roman Colosseum. Like, there's a lot of things you can do in this game, and that's like the great fun about it. So don't knock until you try it. It's it's just a fun game, and like they've added so many new things now, and it's like you can have so much more than like we did when we were playing when we were younger. It was like there was a lot, but it wasn't as much as there is now. And so I feel like now, as they're actually keeping up with the game, play it, try it, do it, because it's a lot of fun, especially if you have friends that want to play with you. Playing by yourself is nice if you just want to sit and relax and build your little house in the woods or something like that, or hell, build your house underwater. Do
Yeah.
something crazy. But yeah, that's my little notion on Minecraft.
Hopefully you got a little bit of a motivation to play, or if not, motivation to listen to us rave and rant about our experiences. But regardless, we got Minecraft to play, so hopefully you guys tuned in for the best and the worst of our stories. And maybe you'll give us some feedback about if you ever try it. And if you do hear this and you have played it, let us know what you think. Give us some of your stories. I'd love to hear anyone else's rage fests, or maybe some other people's experiences of putting on a good show for the villagers, or building a sweet house. Because I know we've made a couple of mansions or two that we're proud of that I wish I could go back and remember, or I'm sure I have load files from way back in the day that I haven't visited in forever, that if I went in, I'd be like, whoa, this was a journey. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Reach out. Let us know. Show us, take some screenshots or something. Send it in the comments.
Screenshot. Yeah. Yep.
Hey, listen, man. We want to see. Everyone's got a cool build, even if it's small. But on that note, we got to go play some Minecraft. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed our little chat about Minecraft and its lovely, lovely attributes. And as per usual, check us out over on YouTube. If you don't watch over there, check us out over on Spotify. If you don't watch over there, then we'll choose one. And as always, leave a like, comment, subscribe.
Oh, Apple too. Then they can watch on Apple.
We're good on Apple over there?
Not loaded up, but once they actually do see this, it'll be on Apple.
So we got a full triangle now, dude.
There is a triangle of listening.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do. There we go.
They get it.
So, yeah. All right. Well, anyways, so we'll catch you guys on the flippy flop. Peace.